Hey, are you done with work already?
I am.
What about dinner? Any ideas?
Oh, sorry, Veronica. I've got overtime today after all. I'm gonna have to skip dinner at home again tonight.
Oh, I see. Is work that busy lately? It seems like your overtime has been increasing recently, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's the busy season, so there's really no way around it, you know? By the way, where's Kevin? Has he gone to bed already?
No, he's still up. He's getting sleepy, though. He was trying to stay awake because he wanted to talk to his dad tonight. He was really putting in an effort for it.
Oh, I'm getting home late, so go ahead and put him to bed. No need to keep him waiting up.
Yeah, I'll do that. But this weekend you're off work, right?
Yeah, just a regular weekend off, thankfully. But actually, on Saturday, I've got plans to go golfing with some of the new guys from work. So I'll only be free to spend time at home on Sunday.
What? Golf? But didn't we say we go out on Saturday to pick up a birthday present for Kevin? Don't tell me you forgot about that plan.
Oh, was his birthday next week? Wow, I can't believe he's already going to be in 3rd grade. He's grown up so fast, hasn't he?
Exactly. And now that both you and I are getting busier with work, we had to start sending him to after-school care, remember? And that's why we agreed to get him a kid's smartphone, so he'd have a way to stay in touch with us.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. It totally slipped my mind. But, you know, if it's just to buy a phone, you and Kevin can go without me, right? It's not like I really need to be there for that.
That's not it. You wanted to be there so you could make sure everything was good with the cost and features. Those were the things you said you wanted to check out yourself. And Kevin, too. He's been excited about getting to go out with his dad for the first time in a while. He's really been looking forward to it.
All right. Sorry about that. Let's think this through. How about I take Kevin out on Sunday instead? That way you'll have time to get everything set up for his birthday while we're out.
Jeff, don't just change the subject to make it more convenient for you. This is one of those bad habits of yours.
Just let it go, will ya? Anyway, about Sunday, if you're busy setting up for the birthday, we can hang out outside for a while, right?
Yeah, that works. I'll be busy cooking and decorating the place, so if you could keep him entertained while I get everything ready, that'd be great.
Got it. Are we just sticking with the smartphone for his present, or should I get something extra? If there's anything else you think he might like, I could pick it up.
The smartphone should be enough, really. He's been wanting one, and with the after-school program, it'll be useful too. Just make sure to take him somewhere he wants to go. I think he'll enjoy that more than just getting a lot of stuff.
All right, sounds good. I'll make sure to plan something nice for Sunday. So, will you let me off the hook for Saturday then? It's a rare chance for me to unwind, you know?
All right, I understand. But I'm not that knowledgeable about smartphones myself, so if there's anything I'm unsure about, can I ask for your help?
Of course, just call me if you need anything. Anyway, I'd better get back to my overtime now.
Hey, is this a good time to talk?
Yeah, what's up?
So, I'm out shopping for the smartphone with Kevin right now, and there are so many options. I'm not sure what to pick. Do you have any idea about what kind would be best for him?
Wait, didn't you already decide on getting a kid-friendly one? Can't you just pick something basic? It's just for a child, after all.
I know, but even with the kid-friendly ones, there are a lot of types to choose from. And then, it turns out that some of Kevin's friends have full-featured smartphones too. I get worried though if it has too many functions. It could open up all sorts of things he shouldn't be seeing, you know? So, I'm just a bit conflicted.
You're a grown adult, aren't you? You should be able to make this decision on your own without constantly calling me. I'm out trying to enjoy my day off here. Could you maybe not interrupt me so much?
Hey, you were the one who said I could reach out if I had any questions, remember? But now, why are you acting so differently? You're going back on what you said earlier.
Listen, even if I did say that, I'm not there with you in person. I can't see what's in front of you, so I really can't make any kind of judgment here.
I get that, but could you at least give me some kind of advice? Just something to help guide me?
Well, if Kevin's friends are using their phones to send messages and all that, then maybe you should pick one that can do at least that much so he can keep up with them.
So you're saying we shouldn't get one with too many limitations, but do you think that's really safe? Couldn't he accidentally end up seeing things he shouldn't?
These days, pretty much any model can have restricted access to sites you don't want him to see. Just ask the store clerk if it has GPS tracking and parental controls, and you should be set. Prices for these kinds of phones don't vary that much anyway, so just pick one that has what you're looking for.
All right. I'll ask the salesperson about these features. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, so are you done asking questions now? I've got people waiting on me, and I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Oh, sorry about that. But you're still planning on coming home tonight, right? Kevin was hoping he could talk with you about tomorrow. If possible, could you try to come back a bit earlier?
Are you serious? I was planning on heading out for drinks after this.
Can't you spend a bit of time with your son for once? Tomorrow is his birthday after all. Please, just this once.
Come on, I'm already taking him out tomorrow, right? Isn't that enough? Don't go overboard with this he needs more stuff.
I'm not going overboard. It's not about that. Just today and tomorrow, could you put Kevin's feelings first? He hardly gets any time to play with you as it is.
All right, fine. I'll think about it, okay? If I feel like it, I'll come back earlier. That should be enough. Later.
Hey, how's it going over there? Is Kevin having a good time?
Yeah, he seems to be having a lot of fun. Oh, and I see you already gave him the smartphone we bought yesterday. He was so excited showing it off to me first thing this morning.
Yeah, well, we did go pick it out together, and he wouldn't hear of waiting to get it until today. Even last night, he kept holding on to it even when it was time to go to bed. He must have been thrilled.
Is that so? It sounds like he's really been looking forward to using it. Though I noticed he doesn't quite seem to know how to use all the features yet. Didn't you show him the basics?
He wouldn't let me. He was so set on having his dad be the one to teach him how to use it. Honestly, he even stayed up late last night waiting for you. But you didn't get back until the middle of the night, and you were, let's just say, pretty tipsy.
Yeah, I apologized for that, didn't I? And besides, I'm out here spending the whole day with him now. Can we maybe lay off the nagging for once?
All right. Fair enough. Anyway, where are you two now? Are you at the park he said he wanted to go to?
We were at the park earlier, but he got bored pretty quickly. We're at the arcade now. You know that big department store near the station? There's a game center inside it.
Oh, that place. I remember he mentioned wanting to go there before. That area is a bit concerning though, isn't it? There are all those hotels just off the side streets nearby. I've been telling him he shouldn't go there alone.
You're right, it's not the most kid-friendly part of town, but since he's with me, there's nothing to worry about. I'm driving, so we're just here for the games and not wandering around.
Yeah, I know. I'm just glad he's enjoying himself with you.
He's definitely having a blast. But enough about that. How's everything going on your end? Are you managing to get everything ready?
Yep, we're all set here. Your mom and dad said they'll be here around early evening, so if you guys get back by then, we'll be ready to start.
I plan to bring them back around 5, so we'll make it. In the meantime, let the old folks keep you company.
Got it. Thanks for spending this time with Kevin. It really means a lot to him. I'll see you guys soon. And until then, just keep having fun. Jeff? Where are you right now? And where's Kevin? I need to know what's going on.
What's up? I'm driving right now, so can we talk later? I'll fill you in once I'm free. The light's turning green, so really, let's discuss it later, all right?
Driving, huh? Interesting, because I'm looking at your car right now, and it's parked outside a hotel. How exactly are you driving right now?
Wait, what? What are you even talking about? You're not making any sense, seriously. Don't just make things up. You're imagining things, Veronica.
Oh, believe me, I'm not making things up, Jeff. You've been sitting there for quite a while, haven't you? It's been close to an hour, right? Or am I wrong?
Ridiculous! You don't know what you're talking about. How would you even know? You're at home, aren't you? So there's no way you could know where I am, so please just drop it.
I know because I've been watching you. I can see exactly where you've been this whole time, actually.
What do you mean, watching? Watching from where? What does that even mean?
Through the GPS. I've had my eye on it the entire time. You haven't moved an inch in the last hour. You've been parked at that hotel for quite some time. So, Jeff, tell me, what are you doing at a hotel at this hour?
GPS? You're using GPS to track me? Are you kidding me right now? This is beyond wrong, Veronica. I don't care if we're married. What you're doing is a complete invasion of my privacy. You're out of line.
Jeff, the GPS isn't on your phone. It's on Kevin's. He must have left it in your car when he came back home.
Wait, Kevin's phone? The one we bought yesterday? Hold on, what do you mean he came back? Kevin's at home with you?
Yes, he's here now. Your mother's looking after him at the moment, but believe me, it was a complete shock when he showed up here crying. He said you told him to wait in the car, but that you didn't come back, so he got tired of waiting and decided to come home on his own. Jeff, do you realize what you've done?
Did he say anything else? Anything at all?
Anything else? What do you mean by that?
I mean, did Kevin mention anything other than waiting in the car? Did he say why he had to wait or mention anything about me or what happened?
Why do you sound so defensive, Jeff? Are you hiding something? Is there something you don't want me to know?
No, nothing like that. I want to know if he said anything. If he didn't mention anything, then it's fine. There's nothing for you to be worried about.
Nothing to be worried about. Are you serious? So you expect me to just brush this off? You mean to say that you left our son alone in the car while you went into a hotel with some woman, and I shouldn't be concerned? I'm his mother, Jeff. I don't have the right to be upset?
It wasn't like that. I wasn't doing anything wrong. She's just someone I know, that's all. Kevin wouldn't say anything weird. He's too young for that kind of talk.
Kevin didn't say a word about who you were with, actually. All he mentioned was that a woman came up to the car and that you told him to wait there while you left together. That was it. But do you understand what that means to me? You left him alone so you could go into a hotel with some random woman. Jeff, I'm asking you again, do you not see how this looks? As both a father and a husband, do you not realize how terrible this is?
Look, Veronica, I swear it wasn't anything like that. You're just misunderstanding the whole thing.
Misunderstanding? You mean it's somehow not what it seems? If there was truly nothing wrong, why did you leave our son waiting in the car? Why'd tell him to stay put? Were you afraid I'd find out? Were you hoping he wouldn't tell me?
It's complicated, all right? Things happened and I don't know how to explain them. You've got to understand, it wasn't anything bad.
No, Jeff, I don't have to understand anything. Here's what's going to happen now. Get out of there and come back here. Your father and I are both waiting for you. If you have some kind of explanation, we'll listen, but you're going to have to face us and explain this mess to all of us.
Wait, you're waiting at home? I'll head back soon, but it might take me a bit to get there.
Oh, really? Why is it going to take time? Are you dropping her off first?
No, it's a bit of a drive back, that's all. There's nothing more going on here, so you really don't need to worry.
Actually, you don't need to worry about coming all the way back here. We're in your car right now, so you don't need to drive home.
Wait, what? You're in my car?
Yes, so come on down and join us. Oh, and by the way, don't try to send her off first or anything. It's too late for that. She already left something behind in the car, a set of house keys. So if she wants them back, she'll have to come down too.
This is insane! You can't just ambush me like this, Veronica!
You think this is insane? I think the person who's really causing the trouble here is you, Jeff. So cut the excuses and come down. If you've got nothing to hide, then why hesitate? If there's nothing going on, you shouldn't have a problem coming out to explain, right?
Fine, I'll come down. But Veronica, please, can we talk about this calmly? I'm telling you, it's not what it looks like.
Oh, don't worry, we'll talk. And you better be prepared for this conversation. I hope you're ready to explain yourself thoroughly, because you're going to answer for this. I want you to realize just how deeply you've hurt me and Kevin by doing this. You took what was supposed to be a special day for our son and destroyed it. After that, Jeff finally came to his senses and walked to the car with his mistress. Naturally, in a situation like this, there was no way he could come up with any excuses that would be accepted. He was met with the intense rage of my father-in-law and me, leading to a confrontation where he ultimately confessed to the affair. Not only had he and his mistress neglected their responsibilities as parents by prioritizing their illicit relationship, but they also ruined what was supposed to be a joyous birthday celebration for our son Kevin. The depth of my father-in-law's fury was truly overwhelming, and I could feel the weight of it pressing down on us all. Of course, I had absolutely no intention of forgiving Jeff. The betrayal was far too great to simply overlook. It was clear to me that I needed to move forward, and thus I made the difficult decision to proceed with a divorce from Jeff. In the wake of this decision, I also resolved to file for compensation from both Jeff and his mistress for the emotional distress and chaos they had caused in my life. The thought of seeking justice was empowering, and I knew that taking this step was crucial for my own healing. After finalizing the divorce, I felt a deep sense of urgency to ensure that this birthday would not become a painful memory for Kevin. I wanted to shield him from any lingering effects of his father's betrayal. Therefore, I arranged for a gathering to celebrate his birthday with my in-laws and my own parents. We all came together to honor Kevin's special day, determined to create an atmosphere of joy and love, in stark contrast to the recent turmoil. While I knew that simply coming together couldn't fully heal Kevin's wounded spirit, it felt far better than doing nothing at all. The love and support surrounding him during the celebration would hopefully provide him with some comfort and joy. As we prepared for the birthday festivities, I found myself experiencing a whirlwind of emotions. The weight of the betrayal still hung heavily on my heart, but I was resolved to put on a brave face for Kevin. His happiness meant everything to me, and I was determined to give him a day filled with joy. As we decorated the house with balloons, streamers, and colorful decorations, I tried to push aside my own feelings of hurt. I wanted this day to be all about Kevin and to help him forget, even if just for a moment, about the chaos that had invaded our lives. On the day of the celebration, my parents arrived first, bringing with them a beautifully decorated cake adorned with colorful icing and candles. The sight of it made Kevin's eyes light up, and for a brief moment, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. Seeing his smile was worth all the effort, and I knew that this was a significant moment for him. The arrival of my in-laws, however, was a bit more complicated. Although we all had the same goal, to ensure that Kevin felt loved and celebrated, there was an unspoken tension in the air. I could see it in my father-in-law's expression. He was still processing his anger towards Jeff, and rightfully so. Yet, we managed to put our differences aside for the sake of the celebration. As we gathered around to sing happy birthday to Kevin, I felt a swell of emotions. I was filled with pride for my son, and immensely grateful for the support of my family, even as I reflected on the painful situation that had unfolded just days before. When Kevin blew out the candles, his face beamed with pure joy, and I couldn't help but feel a rush of happiness. It was a moment I wanted to hold on to, a fleeting glimpse of innocence and happiness that reminded me why we were there. We shared stories, laughter, and even a few tears as we reminisced about happy memories. I wanted to create an environment where Kevin could feel cherished and adored. Despite everything that had happened, It was essential for him to know that he was not alone. He was surrounded by family who cared deeply for him. As the day progressed, I realized how crucial it was for Kevin to have these moments of joy. I wanted to protect him from the shadows of our recent past and ensure that he could build a future filled with happiness and love. After we finished the cake, we played games and enjoyed each other's company, letting the laughter echo through the house. Kevin seemed to forget, even if just for a moment, about the turmoil surrounding his family. I noticed that my father-in-law's demeanor began to soften. I could sense that he was starting to reconcile his anger towards Jeff, at least temporarily. This was a victory in itself. I could see the love he had for his grandson shining through the cracks of his frustration. Later, as I watched Kevin unwrap his gifts, I felt a bittersweet ache in my heart. Each present was a symbol of the love and support that surrounded him, but it also served as a reminder of what was lost, what could have been a normal birthday celebration without the cloud of betrayal hanging over us. In that moment, I made a silent vow to myself. I would not allow the past to define Kevin's future. I was committed to ensuring that he had a bright future filled with happy memories. As the party came to an end, I gathered everyone for a group photo, hoping to capture this moment of happiness amidst the chaos. We all smiled, and in that snapshot, I saw the strength of family bonds overcoming the recent turmoil. I wanted Kevin to look back on this day and see the love that surrounded him, despite the difficulties we were facing. I hoped that as Kevin grew older, he would remember this day not for the pain surrounding his parents' divorce, but for the overwhelming love of his family that enveloped him. It was a small victory, but one I had cherished deeply. I understood that the journey ahead would be challenging, but for Kevin's sake, I was ready to face it all head-on. I wanted to create a legacy of love and resilience for him. In the years to come, I hoped that I could erase the negative memories of his past and replace them with joy and warmth. As I tucked Kevin into bed that night, I promised him that no matter what happened with Jeff, he would always have a loving family around him. Together, we would navigate the challenges and celebrate the victories, always remembering to cherish the moments that truly mattered. And as I turned off the light, I felt a renewed sense of hope. I knew that I had the strength to turn the situation around, not just for me, but for Kevin as well. With every passing birthday, I was determined to create a new chapter in our lives, one filled with happiness and love that would eventually overshadow the darkness we had faced. As I reflected on the day's events, I felt a sense of peace settling in my heart. I knew that it would take time to heal, but I was confident that we would emerge stronger together. In the days that followed, I would continue to focus on building positive memories with Kevin, ensuring that his childhood would be filled with love, laughter, and the knowledge that he was cherished beyond measure. The road ahead might be tough, but with every birthday we celebrated together, I knew we would be crafting a beautiful tapestry of love and resilience that would ultimately triumph over the challenges we had faced.